Today we're talking about 10 tips to stay healthy as a cook. Now keep in mind, even though my channel is dedicated to line cooks, that doesn't mean that you won't get any useful information out of this if you aren't a cook. We're just going to start right now with number 1. And the first one is factoring your tasting calories into daily calories. Even if you are tracking your This is Quinn, by the way. Even if you are tracking your calories, there's a lot of times where your tasting calories will not be included, and that's very obvious why. You're on the line, you're cooking your tastings, soup, sauces, entrees, whatever, and you don't have time to go get your little notebook out and say that you wrote, I ate 25 calories of soup. The problem is those 25 to 50 calories add up over time. What I recommend doing is to average out those calories to about 25 to 50 calories. Then include those in whatever calorie tracking app that you're using, if you are using an app. Now, you're going to be off still, right? Obviously, lettuce isn't going to be 50 calories for a little tiny leaf of lettuce, but you are going to be a lot closer doing it this way rather than not counting any of your calories, especially those nickel and dime calories can add up really quick to 400 or 500 calories every single day with an 8-hour shift. Tip number 2 is work out before your shift. The logic here is that the cook line is a really stressful place. I don't know about you, but when I'm done with my shift, the last thing I want to do is go work out at the gym. So I wake up early, and yes, I do sacrifice sleep, but that's just what I do for me. I don't recommend sacrificing sleep if it's something that you can avoid. But I can function okay on about 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Not everybody can. So I wake up before my shift and I go work out and then I go work. Then by the time I get done with my day, I can come home and I can relax and all that stuff. Tip number 3, this ties in a little bit to tip number 1, and that's to stop grazing on the cook line. Now, for people watching this that may not be cooks, grazing is something that cooks do sometimes when they're on the cook line. If you order something like chicken strips, and it comes with an order of 5. Sometimes they might drop an extra chicken strip, or maybe they drop a few extra fries here and there, or they snack on stuff that's the cold bar and different things like that. Well, those calories add up really quickly. Not only that, but it's frowned upon by management. So besides not doing it for that reason, it'll also make you fatter. Tip number 4 is alcohol consumption. Now, there are a lot of things that people do to try to get around the calories contained in alcohol. Maybe instead of wine or Mike's Hard Lemonade that has high sugar content, they'll do something like get, what's it called? Wolf something. What's in the comments? What's that? It's White Wolf or Wolf White something. It's a seltzer. It was really popular like right when it came out, and then it kind of became like a meme of like, it's like the new Zima for those that are as old as dirt. Like Zima was like back in the 90s. It was like a, kind of like a half-ass beer kind of a thing. Anyways, yeah, let me know what that is. But anyways, it's low-calorie seltzer alcohol. Now, the problem is that alcohol, regardless of how much sugar it has in it, is 7 calories per gram. In the chef industry, I know damn well that 99% of the cooks watching this right now drink alcohol. You take 4 or 5 shots at the end of the night, that's a lot of calories. I'm not saying stop drinking at all. The tips here aren't meant to tell you to stop doing everything. It's just to have a better understanding and kind of open your eyes a little bit to the kind of calories and where these calorie sources are coming from. That's the nature of these. If you want to drink on the weekends, whatever, that's fine. Just try to limit it a little bit more if you're trying to be healthy. Tip number 6 is lay off the free fountain drinks that you get at work. Now, there are always restaurants that are really penny pinchy. They don't let you have free drinks at all. That's whatever. However, a majority of the restaurants do allow you to have free fountain drinks. There's an added problem with this as well. So most people know that soda is really high in sugar. One 16-ounce soda, which is a typical kind of glass you get at a restaurant, is about 140 calories. So you drink 3 of those, that's already 420 calories, not counting the grazing and the tasting that you're doing that night. So you can see how easy these calories can rack up. A lot of people then say to themselves, well, I'm going to switch to lemonade, or I'm going to switch to tea or juice or Gatorade. Well, guess what? The problem is that most of those seem like they're healthy when you think about it because they're not soda, but they're just as bad. Some of them have a higher sugar content than soda, making them even worse. So you got to lay off of all of it. If you have to drink lemonade, water the lemonade down a little bit. If you really want sweet tea, get the unsweet tea and put some artificial sweetener in it. I mean, that's going to cut down drastically on calorie content. Not only that, but caffeine is a diuretic and you're working on the cook line in a hot environment. Those two things combined is going to increase the amount of thirst you have, which will then increase how much you drink and increase your calories as a result. Tip number 6 is switch to low-calorie energy drinks. Now, the whole point of this list is to help people make better choices, not to completely uproot and turn upside down everything they currently do. Energy drinks in general are bad for you. That doesn't mean that I don't drink them anyway. But the Rockstar Punch, for example, is 260 frickin' calories, right? Now, the Blue Monster, on the other hand, the zero carb or low carb or whatever, it's only 30 calories, and the White Monster is only 10 calories. So, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're not allowed to drink energy drinks anymore, that they're bad for you or whatever. I'm not your fucking dad, right? But what I am going to tell you is that you are much better off switching to a low-calorie energy drink from a higher-calorie energy drink. Doing these kinds of changes are also more sustainable than trying to just swear off caffeine and energy drinks altogether, and then you end up caving later on. Tip number 7 is take care of your back by using proper form when you lift. We are cooks. We often have to pick up 80 to 100-pound boxes of beef. We have to pick up very heavy things, 50-pound cases of product, lots and lots of boxes, especially on truck day. We do not have time to get injured. Some of us aren't even insured. So the best way to prevent an injury is to lift things off the floor with proper form. Do not round out your back.
It hurts. It hurts looking at it.
Trying to show how badass you are by lifting an entire side of beef by yourself, trying to show everybody, look how awesome I am. No one's going to be impressed by that, and you're just going to injure yourself. Get somebody to help you, please. Tip number 8 is regarding employee meals. Most restaurants will give us one heavily discounted or even free employee meal depending on where you work. Let's take a place that you really like the cheeseburgers there. I'm not telling you don't eat the cheeseburger. What I'm suggesting to do is load up on broccoli for a side, or a baked potato, or some sauteed vegetables, or something else besides French fries. And maybe instead of 2 pieces of cheese for your burger, use 1 piece of cheese. Instead of 3 pieces of bacon, maybe use 1 piece or 1.5 pieces of bacon so you still get the flavor of the bacon. Use a light mayo. Bring your own mayo if you can, or just screw the mayo and eat it with mustard. There's low-calorie ketchups you can get as well. There's a lot of options that you have. Don't grill the bun with butter. All I'm saying is there are ways to reduce the calories of the burger itself without saying, I'm just not going to eat a burger. Tip number 9 is follow some fitness influencers. Look, honestly, I'm not an expert when it comes to fitness. My whole channel is dedicated to helping new line cooks and start their career, and people just getting into the food business, or people that are in new management roles. So if you want to see more of those types of videos, subscribe to my channel and you'll be able to get lots more information on that. I have a lot of content lined up, including knife skills, etc. But for fitness, I am not the best source of information. I can only provide my own life experiences, and maybe 1 or 2 of these tips can help you. To learn even more about this, I would give you off to somebody with a lot more experience than me. And the favorite influencer that I have, if you followed my channel for a while now, you'll know because I've done several videos on him. He's Greg Doucette. He is probably the best, or close to the best, fitness influencer on YouTube right now. There's a couple others out there, but he has the most digestible content, and it's for beginners just starting out. And he's got tons and tons of experience. So go check out Greg Doucette's channel. I'll leave it down in the description so you can look at it. Honestly, him and Joni Shreve are both good. They both have very different styles of content. Watch them both, subscribe to their channels, and check them out. Before I get to number 10, just wanted to say if you like these tips so far, let me know by hitting the like button. But anyways, tip number 10 is take care of yourself. Physical health is extremely important, but without mental health, you won't do a lot of the things you need to do. Now, I know because I've had depression before myself, and you just want to lay in bed, you don't want to do anything. The last thing you want to do is go to the gym. Even though the gym will actually help you feel better, it's getting out of bed in the first place when you actually have those chemical imbalances in your brain. They can really mess with you. They really can. A lot of this is related to depression. Burnout can cause depression and anxiety and lead to a lot of really serious health conditions. I did an entire video on that. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it up here. Make sure that you are taking mental health breaks. Know what your limits are, and don't be scared of therapy if it's something that you feel like you really need to do. You don't have to tell anybody you're going to therapy. You know, you can keep it to yourself if you want to, but this is a really serious thing. It's important to me, and I want to see you be successful, and part of that success is your mental and physical well-being. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.